Hello my friends, good morning to you and welcome back to our reading of the Spirit's book. I hope you guys are liking this reading as much as I do. And we are at the part which the topic is Presentments. Question 522. Is a presentiment always a warning from a protector spirit? Answer. A presentiment can be the inner and secret counsel of a spirit who wishes you well. It can also be an intuition about a choice made prior to incarnation. It is the voice of instinct. Before incarnating, a spirit has knowledge of the principal phases of its coming existence. In other words, the kind of trials in which it will be engaged. When these are of a marked character, it preserves a type of impression in its inner consciousness, and this impression, the voice of instinct, awakens when the moment arrives. It then becomes a presentiment. Question 523. Presentiments and the voice of instinct are always somewhat vague. What should we do when we are uncertain? Answer. When in doubt, invoke your good spirit or pray to God, our supreme creator, to send you a divine messenger, one of us. Okay, that's a good advice. Question 524. Do the warnings of our protector spirits have our moral conduct as their sole objective, or our conduct regarding the things of our private life as well? Answer. Everything. They seek to enable you to live in the best way possible, but you frequently shut your ears to their good warnings, and you thus make yourselves unhappy through your own fault. And then there is a note from Kardec on this answer. He writes the following. Our protector spirits help us with their counsels through the voice of conscience, which they make resound in our inner being. However, since we do not always give them the importance they deserve, they offer us more direct counsels by using the persons around us. Examine the various happy or unhappy circumstances of your life, and you see that on many occasions you received counsels which you did not always take advantage of, but which would have saved you much trouble if you had listened to them. Now there is another topic, which is the influence of spirits on events of life. Question 525. Do spirits exert any influence on events of life? Answer. Certainly, because they counsel you. And then there is a question under this answer. Do they exert this influence in any other way besides the thoughts they suggest? Do they act directly in the outcome of things? Answer. Yes, but they never act outside natural laws. And then there is another note from Kardec under this answer. We erroneously think that the action of spirits must only manifest through extraordinary phenomena. We would like for them to come to our aid through miracles, and we always imagine them to be armed with some kind of magic wand. But such is not the case. Rather, their invention always appears veiled, and what is accomplished through the conquerors seems entirely natural. Thus, for example, they cause the meeting of two persons who seem to have met by accident. They inspire someone with the thought of passing by such and such a place. They call a person's attention to a specific point if it will lead to the result they desire. Thus, they work in such a way that individuals, believing they have only followed their own impulse, always retain their free will. Question 526. Since spirits can act upon matter, can they cause certain effects with the aim of producing a given outcome? For example, a man's time's up. He climbs a ladder, the ladder breaks, and he dies from the fall. Did spirits cause the ladder to break so that the man's fate would be fulfilled? Answer. It is certainly true that spirits have an influence on matter, but in order to fulfill the laws of nature and not to derogate from them by causing an unexpected event at a given moment, and contrary to such laws. In the example you have just mentioned, the ladder breaks because it is rotten or because it is not strong enough to support the man's weight. If it were the man's fate to die in this way, spirits would inspire him with the thought of climbing the ladder, which would then break under his weight. Thus, his death would stem from a natural cause without the need for any kind of miracle. Question 527. Let us take another example, but one in which the natural state of matter does not intervene. A man is destined to die from lightning. He seeks refuge under a tree. Lightning strikes it and he dies. Did spirits cause the lightning and direct it at him? Oh, that's a great question. Answer. It is still the same thing. The lightning struck the tree at that particular moment because the event happened according to the laws of nature. The lightning was not directed at the tree because the man was under it, but because he was given the inspiration to take refuge under the tree where the lightning would strike. The tree would have been struck anyway, whether the man had been under it or not. Question 528. An ill-intentioned man shoots another, but the bullet barely grazes him. Could a benevolent spirit have deflected the shot? Answer. If the individual was not meant to be struck, the benevolent spirit may have inspired him with the thought of moving out of its path, or it may have confused his enemy in such a way as to make him miss. Once the bullet is on its way, however, it must follow the line of its trajectory. Question 529. What should be thought about magic bullets that are referred to in certain legends and which fatality hit their mark? Answer. Pure imagination. Humans delight in the marvelous, but are not content with the marvels of nature. Question that follows this answer. May the spirits who direct the events of life be thwarted by spirits who have desires to the contrary. Answer. What God has willed must occur. If there is any delay or hindrance, it is the divine will. Question 530. Might frivolous and mocking spirits cause the little difficulties that undo our plans and upset our calculations? In other words, aren't they the authors of what we commonly call the petty troubles of human life? Answer. They take pleasure in such annoyances, which are trials for you and are meant to try your patience. But they stop when they see that nothing comes of it. However, it would neither be just nor correct to blame them for all your frustrations, of which you yourselves are the main authors through your own carelessness. Thus, if your dish breaks, it was probably due more to your clumsiness than the fault of spirits. Question that comes after this answer. Do spirits who cause annoyances behave in such a manner as a result of personal animosity, or do they attack the first person whom they meet out of simple malice and without any set motive? Answer: they act from both motives. Sometimes they are enemies whom you have made in this life or in a previous one and who pursue you as a result. At other times, there is no motive. Question 531. Is the rancor of the beings who have harmed us on earth extinguished with their corporeal life? Answer: they often realize the injustice and the wrong they have done, but if God allows them, they will continue to pursue you in their hatred in order to test you further. Question that comes after this answer: is there a way to put an end to it? And if so, by what means? Answer: yes, by praying for them and by paying back their evil with good. That way they will end up comprehending their errors. In all cases, if you know how to place yourselves above their schemes, they will seize them upon seeing they have gained nothing from them. And there is a small note from Kardec under this answer, which is very cold here. Experience has shown that certain spirits continue their vengeance from one existence to the next, and that sooner or later we will expiate the wrongs we may have caused someone. Question 532. Do spirits have the power to divert misfortunes from certain persons and to attack prosperity to them instead? Answer: not entirely, because there are misfortunes that belong to the designs of providence. Nevertheless, they can lessen your pain by giving you patience and resignation. Also, be aware that it frequently depends on you yourselves to divert such misfortunes, or at least to mitigate them. God has given you intelligence so that you may use it, and it is especially in this way that spirits help you by suggesting favorable thoughts to you. But they only help those who know how to help themselves. That is the meaning of the words: seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. Moreover, what looks like misfortune to you is not always such in reality. Frequently, something good will result from it that is far better. But that is what you do not comprehend because you think only of the present moment of your own selves. Question 533. Can spirits enable us to obtain the gifts of fortune if we ask them to? Answer: sometimes, as a trial. Most often, however, they will refuse, just as you would refuse a child's inconsiderate request. Question that comes after this answer: are they good spirits or evil ones who grant us such favors? Answer: either. It depends on their intention, but usually they are spirits who desire to lead you into evil and who find an easy means of doing so in the pleasures that fortune provides. Question 534. When obstacles seem to fatality inflict our projects, is it because of the influence of some spirit? Answer: it is sometimes because of the influence of a spirit. Other times, and more frequently, it is because you yourselves have mismanaged your projects. Position and character have much to do with it. And if you persist in following a path that is not right for you, spirits have nothing to do with it. You yourselves become your own evil spirit. Question 535. When something fortunate happens to us, should we thank our protector spirit? Answer: above all, thank God, without whose permission nothing takes place. Afterward, thank the good spirits who were God's agents. Question that comes after this answer. What would happen if we forgot to thank them? Answer. The same thing that always happened to ingrates. Question that comes after this answer. Nevertheless, there are many people who neither pray nor give thanks, but for whom everything turns out well anyway. Answer. Yes, but it is necessary to see the end. They will pay dearly for this temporary, undeserved happiness. For the more they have received, the more they will have to render account for it. Guys, I'm loving this book so much. I hope you guys are liking as well. And this is it for today. I hope you are good. You all take care. God bless you all. See you next time. Bye-bye.